lab discussion, we have discussed the phenomena of friction, its direction, its maximum magnitude of a frictional force between two surfaces, characteristics of friction law, coefficient of static friction. All this discussion is over last time. Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will go ahead and we are going to start with seemingly interesting problem. Let us say you have a locked wheel. So what do I mean by locked wheel? This wheel which is marked in blue color is not able to freely rotate about the centroidal axis. Are you with me? It is locked in that position.
Yes, sir.
And this locked wheel carries a belt over it, and that belt rests on a pipe. This is a small pipe which is shown here. And as the pipe is very small, the contact also is very small, so we can safely assume it to be frictionless. Are you with me?
Sir, I'm not able to properly see your screen. Are you changing with a buffering that?
You are not able to see the screen. Have you logged in from mobile or on PC?
No, I'm logged in from PC, sir.
Yeah, so you should be able to see the screen. What is the issue?
I'm not able to see your screen.
Now are you seeing?
No, it's coming blank, sir.
I'm able to see.
Okay, what I will do is I will reshare it.
Can you, sir, then share the screen after the class then? Like, or should I disconnect and reconnect?
No, 1 minute. I will reshare. Let me know if you are able to see that. Are you able to see the screen now?
No, sir, it's coming blank. I'm only able to see the desktop participants.
Okay, then probably log out and log in.
Okay, let me do that.
Got it? Yeah. So we were discussing this example where the wheel is locked. It is not able to move freely. And on which there is a belt which is marked marked as a red line. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
That belt passes over a very small pipe, so where we can neglect the friction because its diameter is very small, and it supports a weight, supports a mass m as shown. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now interesting question that I am going to ask you is this. Let us say if you have to lift this mass up, then what is the magnitude of P that you need to apply? Mind you, now as wheel is locked, it is not going to freely rotate about the axis which is perpendicular to the plane of board passing through the centroid, but the belt would have to slide against the surface of a wheel. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So in order that the mass attached here gets lifted up, this belt has to slide against the wheel surface, and once the belt slides, I'm interested in what is the value of P required to make the belt just slide. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So imagine that P is 0 at the start. I go on increasing P in such a fashion that now if I increase P beyond this, there is going to be motion from mg towards P. At that time,
Okay.
I say that the motion is impending from mg to P. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And I have shown the direction of impending motion by this blue arrow. Happy?
Yes.
Now question. Let us say I write down this P here and mg here. Are you with me? I'm going to
Sir,
ask
I'm not
you.
able to see. Can I take the screen just a little bit up so that I can see? Down, sorry.
Yes or
Yes.
here.
Down, sorry.
Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Now. So P is here and mg is here. What is the relationship? For this motion to be impending from mg to P, देखो, for this motion to be impending from mg to P, should P be equal to mg? Should P be less than mg? Or should P be greater than mg? Tell me.
P should be greater than mg for the
Yes.
change to happen in the
Yes,
direction.
you're absolutely right. And why do you think so?
Yes, sir. Because if P and mg they are equal, then it will be a stable system. If P gets slightly greater than mg, then only the movement is possible.
No, but that's what I'm asking. I'm telling you a situation where motion is impending. It is about to start. So when I ask you P
Okay.
corresponding to that, it means that that P above which, if we slightly increase the P, then motion is going to begin. Are you with
Okay.
me? So is
Yes,
that P
sir.
equal to mg?
Yes, sir.
No, it will be equal to,
Slightly greater.
no, it will be greater than mg is the correct answer. Why? Because see, this
Okay.
P has to take care of mg as well as frictional resistance along this line.
Frictional
Do you agree
resistance.
with me?
Yes.
We have said that friction
Okay.
can be neglected at this surface, but
Oh,
friction
okay.
cannot be neglected here. Are you with me?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
So I hope you have understood. So that means
Yes, sir.
the correct relationship is which one? Correct relationship is when the motion is impending, it is about to start. It has not yet commenced, but when it will commence from mg to p, at that time p will be greater than mg. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So this is the correct relationship, greater than mg.
Mhm.
Happy?
Yes, sir.
These are incorrect. Now, so we understand P is greater than mg. So now can you tell me what will be the tension in this string, this part of the string? So to understand the tension is an internal force. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So if I want the tension to get exposed, what will I have to do? I will have to cut the wire. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So what I am going to do is I am going to cut this wire and I am going to draw free body diagram of this part. Happy?
Okay.
So how does the free body diagram look like? Neil, I am hearing echo from your side.
Oh, okay, sir. Actually, it's not. There's no noise from my side. Actually, it's a quiet room. So.
No, no, I am hearing my own voice.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
anyway, mute. Let us see if Utkarsh has got it. Utkarsh, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Now, are you
I
able
can
to
see the
see?
screen. I can see that.
Yes. So now let us draw the free body diagram of this part. So we have P acting here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And as I give a cut here, tension in the wire or tension in the belt is going to get exposed, and I'm going to call that tension as T1. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And now as the motion is still impending, it has not begun. Therefore, I can still apply equation of equilibrium. I can say summation Fy equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And then that gives me plus T1 minus P equal to 0. Happy?
Yes.
This is X. This is Y. So therefore, what do I get? Therefore, I get T1 is equal to P. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So T1 is equal to P. Similarly, what can you say about T2? So if this portion, this pipe can be assumed to be frictionless, which is justifiable because the contact is very small. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Contact length is very small. So therefore, I can safely say if this part of the string carries tension T2, even this part is going to carry tension T2. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes. And then now how much is that tension T2? So for that I will have to give a cut here and I will have to draw the free body diagram of this part. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So let me draw the free body diagram. So free body diagram of this part looks something like this. This is mg and this is the tension in the string, this portion of the string. So as it is a tension, it is going to pull the point. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So if I apply summation Fy equal to 0, which is justifiable because motion has not yet begun. Motion has not yet commenced. Are you with me?
Hmm. Yes, sir.
So therefore, T2 minus mg equal to 0. So what do I get? How much is T2?
G.
Mg. So can I write this T2 as mg? Yes.
Yes, sir.
And then this T2 is also mg. Happy?
Yes.
Now, I already said P is greater than mg when the motion is impending from mg to P. Do you agree with me?
Hmm.
So that means T1 has to be greater than T2. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So all these exercise we did just to find out this relationship. T1 is greater than T2. Motion कहाँ से कहाँ impending है? Motion is impending from T2 to T1. Are you with
Hmm.
me? So
Yes.
therefore, we say that T1 is a tight side tension. Are you with me?
Yes.
As T1 is greater than T2, we say that T1 is tight side tension and T2 is slack side tension. Are you with
Okay.
me? So the motion is impending always from which side to which side, slack side to tight side.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So therefore motion will be impending from T2 to T1.
Hmm.
Happy?
Yes.
Always. Now if you look at various books, you will be confused because every book uses their own notation. What is important is जिस direction में motion हो रहा है उस side
Hmm.
का string is going to carry more tension. You call it T1, T2, anything. Are you with me?
Yes. Yes.
So this side on motion जिस side में हो रहा है, that side belt is going to carry more tension and the other side belt is going to carry lesser tension. So we
Okay.
call tight side tension as T1.
Hmm.
This is our sign convention, our notation. And we call
Okay.
slack side tension as T2. Are you with me?
Yes.
This is what I am going to follow throughout the mechanics theory class. Wherever the problems are belt friction or whenever the problems are belt friction are
Okay.
expected
So
to
can
be
you just
solved.
show this figure once more? I was not able to see it earlier properly. Yes. Basically, what is happening is we are applying a force here, P, and the mass is there, right? On T2
Yes.
side.
And we are going to lift the mass mg,
Yes, got it.
lift this mass mg by applying force P. Are you with me?
So just one thing, had there been no force being applied there, just a rope with mass, okay, like this whole
Hmm.
system would be there, but instead of P, just consider that rope has some mass and we are pulling it from here with the
Hmm.
weight mg. Then
Hmm.
T2 would have been the tight side and T1 would have been the slack side, right?
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, we have to look at the impending motion direction. Impending motion के direction में जो portion है, that is tight side, that is T1. और दूसरा जो side है वो that is slack side. Are you with me?
Yes.
So I am going to give means whether you have understood that or not. इसके लिए मैं एक example consider करने वाला हूँ. Imagine imagine these are the two pulleys which are locked position. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is the pulley where friction can be neglected. Neglect friction here.
Okay.
At other pulleys, friction is not neglected. You
Okay.
are applying P here
Hmm.
to lift mg here.
Okay.
Are you with me? So what is the
Yes.
direction of impending motion for first pulley? Tell me.
For first pulley, it will be
Like this?
anti-clockwise. Oh, this
Yes.
pulley, I thought which first pulley. So like this, that it will be clockwise, yes.
Yeah. For this pulley, it will be in this direction. Do you agree
Yes.
with me?
Yes, yes.
So now, which is T1 for the this pulley?
Basically, the tight one would be the right words and the slacked one will be the left words.
Yes. So tight side tension we call it as T1 by notation, and T2
Okay.
is the slack side tension. This is for as far as first pulley is concerned.
Yes.
Happy? As far as second pulley is concerned, which is T1?
T1 would be the right one.
This one is T1. Do you agree
Yes.
with me? And this same T1 now becomes T2 for the second pulley.
For this one only.
Are you with me? So
Yes.
we have to be very careful. T1 और T2 को correct तरीके से designate करना है. And what is the convention that we are going to follow? T1 is tight side tension and T2 is slack side tension. So motion should be impending from T2 to T1. Happy?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So great. Now let us go ahead. Question is now I want to find out the relationship between T1 and T2 by invoking law of friction. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now I am taking a little liberty. I can as well finish the experiment without derivation, but that puts me in fix because when I go in theory to derive the belt friction equation again, I waste time there. Instead of that, I will do the derivation also here and we will then finish the experiment. This
Okay.
derivation I will refer as we solve problems in theory. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us do the derivation. What is the derivation that we are interested in? We are interested in finding out the relationship between T1 and T2. Or in other words, I am simply searching an answer. If I know the if somehow I have some knowledge about the coefficient of friction between belt and pulley, can I find out what should be the value of P to lift mg? Are you with me?
Yes.
Or the other way around? If I know the value of P required to lift mg, can I comment on coefficient of static friction between belt and pulley? Are you with me?
Yes.
So I am answering two questions here. One is forward question. What is forward question? I know coefficient of static friction between belt and pulley. So then can I express the P required to lift mass M? Are you with me? This is
Yes.
forward question. What is reverse question? If by an experiment I know how much is the P required to lift mass mg, can I say something about, can I estimate the coefficient of static friction between belt and pulley? Is the reverse question. Happy?
Yes, sir.
To answer either the forward question or the reverse question, I will have to derive the relationship between T1 and T2. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And when the motion is impending from T2 to T1.
Mm.
रिलेशनशिप कब डिराइव करना है? व्हेन मोशन इज इंपेंडिंग.
Yes.
उससे पहले भी नहीं, उसके बाद में भी नहीं. व्हेन मोशन इज सेट उस टाइम भी नहीं, एंड व्हेन मोशन इज नॉट येट सेट देयर इज अ टाइम p इज वेरी स्मॉल, तब भी नहीं. व्हेन इट इज ऑन वर्ज ऑफ मूविंग, एट दैट टाइम आई हैव टू फाइंड आउट द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन T1 एंड T2. आर यू विद मी?
Yes. Yes.
ओके, हाउ डू आई डू दैट? सो उसके लिए देखो हम कैसा, I'm going to tell you the procedure, but somehow you have to develop critical thinking. If my aim is deriving relationship between T1 and T2 using law of friction, what should I do is the question. तो धीरे धीरे ये critical thinking develop होना चाहिए, but right now I'm simply going to tell you the procedure कि कैसे करते हैं. Now for that I have drawn this radius vector. What is the speciality of this radius vector?
Speciality perpendicular.
No, so beyond this point, the rope is not in contact with the wheel.
Achha.
Do you agree
Okay.
with me? Similarly, beyond this point, the rope is not in contact with the wheel.
Yes, sir.
And I have drawn radius vector from these 2 points. Happy?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, अब इन दो रेडियस वेक्टर के बीच में एंगल कितना है बोलो? It is
Beta.
either beta or it is 360 minus beta. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
I can say it as either beta or 360 minus beta, but I will consider only beta. The angle on that side of those radius vector कि जिस side में ये rope है, are you with me, और belt है, that angle I have to consider. Are you
Yes,
getting
sir.
my point? And I call that angle as angle of lap. Are you with me?
Angle of?
Lap.
Achha. Okay.
So therefore I should see the belt on that side. वो ही angle में angle of lap ऐसे बोलूंगा. Are you with me?
Okay. Got it.
And now, so few quick examples of angle of lap. You are going to tell me how much is the angle of lap in each of the case.
Okay.
Tell me how much is the angle of lap.
90.
Yes, what I have to do, I have to draw 2 radii vectors such that beyond this point the rope is not in contact with wheel. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And in this particular case, जिस साइड में लैप है उस साइड का एंगल इज बीटा एंड दैट इज 90 डिग्री. हैप्पी?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you are going to look at this case and you are going to tell me the angle of lap. Yes, tell me.
It will be what? 270 degrees.
Which angle? This angle I have to consider. Are
Yes,
you with
yes.
me?
This angle will be 270.
So therefore, and mind you, whenever I say beta, it needs to be expressed in radians by definition. हम
Okay.
डिग्री में एक्सप्रेस नहीं करेंगे. Angle of lap we will express in radians. So here it is
3
pi
pi
by
by
2.
2.
Here
3
it is
pi by
3 pi by 2. Do you agree with
Okay.
me?
Yes.
चलो. Now have a look at this. How much is angle of lap?
2 pi.
Yes, because it is one means the point is same. An angle between the radii vector, but on the side of lap. So it becomes 360 degree or it becomes 2 pi. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
No, not 2 pi. 2 pi is 180, right?
Pi is 180.
Oh, I'm sorry. What has happened to me? Okay, 2 pi. You're right. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have understood what is angle of lap.
Yes,
Now, aim क्या है हमारा? Aim is to find out relationship between T1 and T2. How do we go about it? तो उसके लिए मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ अब जरा देखो. From this first radius vector, मतलब T1 के साइड का जो रेडियस वेक्टर है, are you with me?
Yes.
वहां से at an angle theta, देखो at an angle theta, I am considering a very small length of the belt such that the angle subtended by that belt length with the center, that angle is d theta.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Okay.
How small is d theta? D theta is infinitesimally small.
Yes.
It is approaching to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
But this answer is okay for a mathematician, but physicist is never satisfied with such vague answer. D theta tending to 0. इसका मतलब क्या है? Somebody will say 2 radian is okay. Somebody will say 0.02 radian is okay. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So we will answer this question a little while later. But you have to understand that d theta is infinitesimally small for now. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And now what I am going to do? I am going to draw enlarged view of this small portion of a belt. Happy?
Yes.
So let me draw that enlarged view here. What is the angle that it makes? Subtends with the center. With the center, it subtends an angle of d theta. Happy?
Yes.
Now, as d theta approaches 0, this segment, curved segment, approaches to a tangent at a point. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, d theta is infinitesimally small. What I am going to do is, I am going to draw a small line that bisects this angle. So I am going to call this as d theta by 2. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And I am going to call this as d theta by 2. So d theta by 2 is even smaller. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, as d theta by 2 on the right side approaches 0, it will approach to this tangent. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
As d theta by 2 on the left hand side approaches 0, it is going to approach to this tangent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And if I find out the angle between these two tangents, or the angles made by these two tangents with reference to just a minute, let me draw a tangent here. 1 minute. This is the tangent drawn at this midpoint. Are you with me? I hope the figure is clear. Happy? No, it's not. 1 minute. Difficult to draw. Yes. So this is the tangent drawn at this point. Happy? And the normal to the tangent is this radial direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
This radial direction, in fact, itself is a normal direction to the tangent. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, chalo. If I make this d theta to be equal to beta, d theta को अगर मैं beta जितना बड़ा बना दूं, so in that case, what will be the value of tension on one side? Tell me. T1?
T1, yes.
And what will be the value of tension on other side? T2.
Yes.
And we know that T1 is greater than T2. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Now, as I go on shrinking this d theta to 0, the value of tension on one side, I know it is greater than T1. That value I am going to call it as T. Are you with
Okay.
me? As I go on shrinking this theta, the value of T1 goes on increasing. The value of tension goes on increasing. Are you with me?
Yes.
And then, can you tell me what will be the value here?
It will be
I will
T
call this as
again.
T and this as T plus dt.
dt. Yes.
Are you with me? So
Yes,
change
yes.
in tension over d theta. Happy? So
Yes,
अगर
yes.
इस साइड में वैल्यू टेंशन की t है तो इस साइड में वैल्यू कितनी होगी t plus dt. Happy? Why this value on left hand side is greater than value on right hand side? Because t1 is greater than t2. Impending motion is on this side. Happy?
Yes.
This is the direction of impending motion. So therefore, this is going to be t plus dt and this is going to be t. Happy?
Yes.
Now let me draw the free body diagram of this portion of the belt. So how does the free body diagram look like? Free the body from other parts of the belt. That means I am going to give a cut here. I am going to give a cut here. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And show what the other parts must have been doing on this part of the belt. So we have already shown that this was applying a tension T plus delta T. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So what is T plus delta T? It is a tension applied by the part of the belt on left hand side of this part. Happy?
Yes.
And what is T? T is the tension applied by part of the belt on right hand side of this part. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I have freed the belt portion from remaining part of the belt and I have shown what the remaining parts must have been doing. What else is external to this belt? Tell me.
The wheel.
Yes. Is it resting on the wheel? Yes. As it is resting on the wheel, I must show what the wheel must have been doing on this portion. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And wheel must be applying two types of reactions. आज सुबह आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा था ना कि अगर फ्रिक्शनलेस सरफेस नहीं है तो क्या होगा? So you will have one reaction normal.
Yes.
So this will be along radial direction or normal direction. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Normal or radial direction along this R. This reaction I am going to call it as N. Happy?
Yes, sir.
And you will have one frictional reaction along this surface. Happy?
But towards T, right?
Yes. And how much will that be? That friction be?
That should be dt because it is currently in rest.
Yes. So I am going to write it as FR, frictional resistance. Do you agree with me?
Okay.
And that frictional resistance is in which direction? So impending motion, relative motion जिस direction में उसके opposite. Are you with me? So it is going to be in that direction. Happy? Great. Now, what is the maximum value of this FR? If I ask you that question, what is the maximum value of FR that can be produced? I will not write it now maximum because already the motion is impending. So FR has reached its maximum value. Do you agree?
Exactly. Exactly.
So how much should be that FR? So I will be applying the law of static friction and that is mu s times n. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So FR will be equal to mu s times n. I hope you have understood this. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do I find out n in terms of these tensions? Chalo, bolo.
So we can use it because it is in rest. So that's why left or right the forces should be equal, right?
Just tell me what is this angle. How much
that we can use it like in that figure only, the which one you're pointing right now. We can take components of the tension and then equate it to.
Correct. So to do the components, I will be requiring this angle, right?
Yes. Yes.
So how much is that angle? Dekho, the angle made by this radius vector. Are you with me? With this radius vector is d theta by 2. तो ये जो radius vector है उसको tangent direction is t and this radius vector ko tangent direction is this one. So this angle is also ought to be equal to d theta by 2. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, this angle needs to be d theta by 2 because angle between the lines is same as angle between their perpendiculars. Happy?
Yes.
Great. So we have just exhausted the geometry. Now, can you tell me what we will do is to get n, I am going to apply equation of equilibrium, summation of all the forces in radial direction equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So radial direction means this direction. So I am taking the sum of all the forces in radial direction. What are the forces? We have n. Happy?
And the tensions.
This is radial direction.
Hmm.
So we have n, and then we have minus t sine d theta by 2.
Yes.
Happy?
Yes.
And we have minus t sine d theta by 2. Happy?
T plus dt.
Yes, t plus dt. I am sorry. So how should I incorporate that? So for that,
You can just take common, right? Sine theta by 2, d theta
yes,
by
I
2.
can. Just
So
1
t
minute.
plus-
T plus dt, right?
Yes.
This must be equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Happy? So if I were to solve this,
Yes.
how much is n? Tell me. N
And
is equal to 2t sine
yes.
of d theta by 2. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
और क्या हो जाएगा बोलो?
Plus dt sine theta by sine
Plus
d theta by 2.
dt sine d theta by 2. Happy?
Yes.
अब जरा देखो, कितना भी हाई लेवल का मैथमेटिशियन हो, एक ही टर्म में जब दो इनफाइनेटिसिमली स्मॉल क्वांटिटीज आते हैं,
Ignore. We
he
ignore it.
faces tough time. Do you agree with me? दो इनफाइनेटिसिमली स्मॉल क्वांटिटीज इन ए सिंगल टर्म इज डिजास्टर. तो हम क्या करते हैं उसमें, या तो डबल इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे, लेकिन यहाँ डबल इंटीग्रेशन जैसा कुछ नहीं है. Are you with me?
Yes.
Now, so
Yes.
before that, just look at what I am trying to say. Is d theta infinitesimally small?
Yes.
So how small should be d theta by 2? Even smaller?
Yes.
So for small thetas, sin theta is equal to theta when expressed in radians. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
अब आपको समझ में आएगा कि बीटा रेडियन में क्यों एक्सप्रेस करना है. बिकॉज टू अप्रोक्सीमेट साइन डी थीटा बाय 2 टू डी थीटा बाय 2, आई हैव टू से दैट डी थीटा बाय 2 इज एक्सप्रेस्ड इन रेडियंस. हैप्पी?
Yes. Yes.
चलो, सो इफ आई मेक दैट assumption, then n becomes equal to 2t d theta by 2. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Plus dt into d theta. Happy?
By 2. Yes.
अब जरा मैं देखो क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से. लेट अस से वी हैव टू क्वांटिटीज व्हिच आर अप्रोचिंग टू 0. आर यू विथ मी?
Okay.
T is approaching 0, let us say, and theta is approaching 0. How are they approaching 0? Let us say T is 4, then it became 2, then it became 1. Are you with me? Then
Yes.
it became 0.5, then it became 0.25. So what is the rate at which it is approaching 0? Tell me.
It is getting divided by half.
तो हर जगह पे हाफ हाफ से कम हो रहा है. Are you with me? It's 50% reduction in the magnitude. With this rate, it is approaching 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Now theta is also approaching to 0 at the same rate. Let us say earlier it is 4 radian, 2 radian, 1 radian, 0.5 radian, 0.25 radian, and 0.125 radian. Happy?
Yes, sir.
अब जरा देखो, product t into theta will also approach 0. As t independently approaches 0, theta independently approaches 0. Product t into theta is also going to approach 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
But at what rate? Zara dekho.
One, even
16,
it will getting half.
then becomes 4,
Getting one
then
fourth.
becomes 1, then
Yes.
this becomes 0.25. So it
Yes.
approaches at a faster rate. Do you agree with
Yes.
me?
Yes.
So if I take the limit of these quantities with theta d theta approaching 0 and dt approaching 0, dt by dt into d theta is going to approach 0 at a faster rate, double rate. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And therefore, anyway, when we are taking the limit, this quantity will be finite, but this quantity will become very small because it is approaching zero at the faster rate. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Just because it is a product of two infinitesimally small quantities, therefore it can be approximated to zero. इतना ही logic नहीं है. We have to look at rate of approach of each quantity to zero. This is much faster. Are you with me?
Yes.
So therefore, I will neglect this term in the limit d theta tending to 0, and then I can write down n as t d theta by 2. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So I have written down now n. So what is fr? Tell me. So therefore, fr now becomes equal to, from this, fr now becomes equal to mu s, coefficient of static friction between the belt and the wheel, multiplied by t d theta by 2. Happy?
Yes.
by 2 रहेगा या नहीं रहेगा? नहीं रहेगा. 2 is getting
By 2
cancelled.
हट जाएगा ना, हट जाएगा.
By 2 हट
2
जाएगा. So it is simply t d theta. Happy?
Yes.
Great. Now let us apply the another equation of equilibrium. Summation of all the forces in tangential direction equal to 0. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
एक इक्वेशन अप्लाई किया, अब दूसरा इक्वेशन अप्लाई करेंगे. कौन सा? Summation of all the forces in tangential direction equal to 0. So what are the forces in tangential direction? Tell me.
The tension and the frictional force.
Yes. So this t ka component in tangential direction, will it be t cos d theta by 2?
Yes.
So t cos d theta by 2. Let us call this direction as tangential one. So plus t cos d theta by 2 minus t cos of t plus dt. I'm sorry.
Oh, but it will still again, he will.
T plus dt cos of d theta by 2. Right? Happy?
Yes. Plus.
Great. Plus the thing. There is nothing else.
The frictional force, sir.
Of course. Sorry. I'm very sorry. Plus Fr. Right?
Yes.
This is equal to 0. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, see t cos d theta by 2 minus t plus dt cos d theta by 2. When d theta approaches 0, cos theta approaches 1. Do you agree with me? Now 1 and dt ka product cannot be ignored. Happy? So it is nothing but t minus t plus dt.
Yes.
Minus dt.
Minus dt.
Minus dt. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So therefore, what I get is Fr is equal to dt.
Yes.
Happy?
Yes.
So let me now substitute the value here. Fr is equal to dt. So what is the differential equation that we get? dt is equal to, bolo,
Mu s mu s t d theta.
Mu s t d theta. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Mu s t d theta. Now, how do we typically solve such an equation where there are incremental quantities involved? How do we solve? By the way, now answer my question. How small d theta should be? What should be your answer?
Infinitely small is being considered right now, right?
That is mathematician. As far as mathematician is concerned, that is okay. Where did we use the smallness of d theta? Tell me. To equate this sin theta, sin d theta by 2 to d theta by 2, and to equate
And
this
the
cos
cos.
d theta by 2 to 1. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So how small should be d theta? D theta should be so small such that sin theta is equal to theta. This equation holds with minimum error. Allowed error can be 2%, 3%. Are you with me?
Okay.
So if you find out for theta as large as 20 degree, sin theta becomes very close to theta itself. समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? So therefore we have to also keep in mind infinitesimally small मतलब कितना small. तो infinitesimally small होने के वजह से आपने जो mathematical relationship assume किया है वो mathematical relationship जहां तक within prescribed error follow होता है, तब तक d theta उतना small चलेगा. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so always keep in all your engineering, may it be civil, mechanical, chemical, computer, electronics, कौन से भी engineering में, whenever you see infinitesimally small quantities, ask yourself a question: how small it should be in terms of physics of the problem. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have written now dt is equal to mu s t d theta. How will we solve such a incremental equation? We have to integrate. Do you agree with me? This
Yes, sir.
equation does not give us any insight about physics of the problem unless it is integrated. Do you agree
Yes.
with me? ये dt infinitesimally small quantities से कुछ पता नहीं चलता. We need to integrate. So if we have to integrate, I will make it in variable separable form. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
So can I write it as dt by t is equal to mu s times d theta. Mu s is constant with reference
Yes.
to theta as well as with reference to t. So mu s
Yes.
can stay right there.
Hmm.
It is a harmless quantity. Are you with me?
Okay.
Okay, so mu s is kept as it is. Now I am going to integrate both the sides. When I integrate both the sides, I have to integrate it in limits. What are the limits?
Yes.
So what are the limits on t? T changes from t1 to t2. Do you agree?
Hmm. Yes.
तो अब जरा देखो यहाँ पे कैसे लिमिट लगा रहा हूं मैं. T changes from t1 to t2. So when t is equal to t1, what is the value of theta? Tell me.
Theta will be 0, right?
0. So theta changes from 0 to beta. Do you agree with me?
Yes. Yes.
Where beta now needs to be expressed in radians. Happy?
Hmm.
So now integrate. What is the integration of 1 by t?
ln t2 by
Log to
t.
the base e of t. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And this is from t1 to t2. Happy?
Yes.
And what is the integration of theta?
Mu s beta.
Mu s times
Beta.
theta. And we have limits of theta as 0 to beta.
Beta. Beta.
Are you with me?
Acha, okay. Got it. Yes.
Yeah. So how do I write this?
Log e t2 by t1. Because it's subtracting, right? It will come to its log, so we can divide it t2 by t1.
But then we have made some mistake in the calculation. I would have liked to see it as log of t1 minus t2. देखो क्या mistake किया है. 1 minute.
Sir, during the limit, as we see t1 is greater, so we'll take t1 as the upper limit, right?
No, but when the tension, tension changes from t2 to t1. Okay, now I got it. So tension is from t2 to t1 and the theta changes from here. I'm sorry. Are you with me? Theta is to be taken from here. Are you with me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So theta will then change from no.
No, but it will still go from 0 to beta because
Yes,
beta का तो हमने जो angle लिया उससे कोई मतलब नहीं ना. That point was correct because t2 is less here and t1 is greater. So we are going
Yes,
from low
you're
to
right. So when theta is equal to 0, we have कुछ साइन में गड़बड़ की क्या यहाँ पे देखो.
But sir, but उससे आंसर में तो वही आएगा ना, log t2 log t1 minus log t2 ही आएगा.
हाँ वही तो मैं नहीं, यहाँ पे कुछ गड़बड़ हुई है क्या देखो. एक मिनट. We have set this direction as tangential direction. Okay. Now here is the mistake. But still, 1 minute. Let me find it out. So t 2t sine d theta by 2 plus dt sine theta by 2. This is correct. So fr is shown in this direction. So fr I have taken it as positive. Correct. So minus dt plus fr equal to 0. So fr is equal to dt. That is also correct. So FR is equal to dt. In magnitude, but dt is equal to just 1 minute. T1 has to be greater than T2. So, I think I have understood the mistake. जरा यहाँ देखो उत्कर्ष.
Yes, sir.
Are you there? Yeah. See, FR and DT are equal in magnitude, that's for sure. FR
Okay.
and DT are equal in magnitude, but they are opposite in direction. Are you with me?
Okay.
So therefore, we need to introduce a negative sign here, because magnitude wise they are equal, but direction wise they are opposite. So I am writing FR as opposite to F, means dt as opposite to FR. So I must introduce a negative sign here. Are you with me?
Okay.
See,
But
this dt
but
is going to be in this direction.
that still won't be like the required format you're aiming for, right? ln t2 minus t1. It won't still give it. It will be still ln, because if you
No,
don't
no.
convert, because
No,
do it.
once we do that, see, I am going to put a negative sign here that introduces a negative sign here. Are you with
Okay.
me? This becomes negative of log to the base e of t2 minus log to the base e of t1. Are you with
Okay.
me? This becomes now equal to mu s times beta. Happy?
Okay.
Now it becomes log to the base e of t1 minus log to the base e of t2. Are you with
Okay.
me? And then it becomes log to the base e of t1 upon t2.
Yes.
Happy? Now I am fine. So where was the catch? The catch was here. I cannot simply equate the magnitude of FR. Magnitude of FR is no doubt dt, but its direction is opposite. That's why I need to introduce a negative sign here. Are you with me?
Okay. I got this thing, but one more thing, like that boy just, I don't know who said that, but that point that we are going from T2 to T1, right? Because T1 is increasing.
No. See, that is means that is the other way of looking at it. But
No,
see, when I say
but
theta is equal to 0, 1 minute, theta is equal to 0. At that time, what is the value of t1? Happy?
yes.
When theta is equal to beta, what is the value of t2?
Okay.
So if on right hand side you are integrating it from 0 to beta, the corresponding limits on t1 should be substituted on the left hand side. So here it has to be from t1 to t2. Are you with me?
Okay.
हाँ, जब भी कोई आप दो infinitesimally small quantities equate करते हो, let us say x times d theta is equal to y times some other quantity dm. And when you integrate it from m1 to m2, तो यहाँ पे इंटीग्रेशन करना पड़ता है, तो m1 के करस्पॉन्डिंग थीटा की वैल्यू यहाँ लिखनी पड़ती है, m2 के करस्पॉन्डिंग थीटा की वैल्यू यहाँ लिखनी पड़ती है. Are you with me?
Got it.
So that's why we will have to maintain this from T1 to T2, but that negative sign was missing. But now once we introduce that negative sign, this
Can you show
becomes
that friction equation right again? Like, can you just show that? नीचे
yes,
जो हमने solve किया था, downwards.
yes.
Yes.
So here what does it say is FR equal to DT in magnitude. That's correct.
But sir, one thing, here we had taken the directions correct, right? Of T, dt, everything. We had considered
Yes,
the directions
yes,
here. So
yes.
shouldn't it have given this the sign also correct?
Yes, so it has no. It has given us FR in terms of DT. That's for sure. Magnitude is same. That's what it has given. What is the positive sign meaning here? The originally assumed sense of FR is correct.
Okay.
Are you with me? It has nothing to do with internal opposite directions of FR and DT. Are you with me?
Okay. Got
So
it.
as I said, when we use the equations of equilibrium, there are two sign conventions going on. One sign convention is when we write the equation of equilibrium at that time, पॉजिटिव टेंजेंशियल डायरेक्शन विल बी ट्रीटेड एज पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव टेंजेंशियल डायरेक्शन में अगर कंपोनेंट है तो नेगेटिव ट्रीट किया जाएगा. आर यू विथ मी?
Yes, sir.
बट व्हेन वी इंटरप्रेट, so final result क्या है? FR is equal to plus DT. So what is our interpretation? Our interpretation is originally assumed sense of FR is correct.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
But when we are substituting that in this equation demands it to be substituted with the sign, with the direction as well. So we have to understand that FR is in the direction opposite to DT. Are you with me?
Okay.
So that's why this negative sign has been introduced here. Result, what is the result? Log to the base E of T1 by T2 is equal to mu S beta. Happy?
Yes.
Now, how do I express this in other form? Tell me. Is it e raised to mu S beta equal to T1 upon T2?
Yes, sir.
This is the other way of looking at log function. Happy?
Okay.
Now, so what are the observations? What is the lowest value of mu S? Tell me.
It can be 0.
Yes,
That is
lowest
zero.
value of mu S is 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So when mu S is 0, what happens to e raised to 0?
1. It turns to
1.
1.
So that means T1 will become equal to T2.
Yes.
तो अब जरा याद करो जो प्रॉब्लम्स हमने सॉल्व किए इक्विलिब्रियम के, वहां पे मैंने आपको बोला था कि दोनों साइड में टेंशन सेम लेना है बिकॉज देयर इज नो फ्रिक्शन. So I have proven that point. So whenever there is no friction between the belt and pulley, at that time it is something similar to mu S being equal to 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So mu S being equal to 0, that means this becomes e raised to 0 and T1 becomes equal to T2 equal to T. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So there is no tight side and slack side if the pulley is frictionless. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Now, as the mu S is non-zero and beta will be greater than always 0. Beta 0 से आगे है तो ही तो friction का सवाल है. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
अब बीटा 0 का मतलब क्या है? The string is tangential to the wheel. तो उसमें कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. So beta has to be greater than 0. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So indicating that, अरे कहाँ गया वो relation? So indicating that for any non-zero value of mu S, this e raised to this numerator, e raised to this quantity will be always greater than 0, greater than 1. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
E raised to mu S beta is ought to be greater than 1. Happy? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because mu S cannot be negative. Negative possible nahi hai. Beta cannot be negative.
Yes.
Lowest value of mu S is 0. At that time, this quantity becomes e raised to 0 equal to 1. Do you agree with me? So for any other pair of mu S and beta satisfying these conditions, e raised to mu S beta has to be greater than 1. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
And therefore T1 has to be greater than T2, which is expected. T1 has to be greater than T2. Happy?
Yes.
This is tight side tension. And this is slack side tension. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So we have derived the relationship between tight side tension and slack side tension. So what do I get? So therefore I get e raised to mu S beta is equal to P upon mg. So P is equal to mg e raised to mu S beta. Happy?
Yes.
This is the relationship between P and coefficient of static friction and mass to be lifted when the motion is impending. Motion is impending
Yes, sir.
from mg to P. Do you agree?
Yes.
Great. So we have derived this. Now another 10 or 15 minutes we will spend on the experimental procedure. This was the trickiest part. Once we derive this expression, now experimental procedure is very easy to understand. तो अब जरा मुझे यहाँ पे बताओ आप, if you were to find out mu s, coefficient of static friction between a particular belt and a wheel, how will you set up your experiment based on this relationship? चलो आज आपसे उल्टा एक्सपेरिमेंट, हमेशा कैसे रहता है कि आपके पास सामने सेटअप रहता है. When you come to the campus, you have a setup in front of your eyes. Now we will take the advantage of a situation that we don't have a setup. Now you think, अगर आपको एक्सपेरिमेंटली म्यूएस की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है तो आप कैसा सेटअप लगाओगे? चलो उत्कर्ष बताओ.
तो एक चीज कर सकते हैं हम लोग कि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हेन यू आर डूइंग एक्सपेरिमेंट वी कैन कंट्रोल द बीटा एंगल and we can
Great.
control the P, what the force we are applying. That's in our control. And using these two things, what we can do is set up a pulley, and we know what force we are pulling at, and we can put a meter or something which can measure how strongly that the slack rope is pulling it. Like the same pulley setup, but the side we are pulling it, we know the force, and we can check it with what force the slack rope is pulling it.
Right. So absolutely clear. Absolutely correct. 1 minute. There is something happened. What is this? Okay. So you are absolutely correct, except one part. We are not going to control P. We are going to control mg. We are going to have different masses to be lifted. Are you with me? So there are two situations, two things that we are going to do. कौन से situations है? In case number one, we will keep beta constant. Are you with me? And we will go on varying mg. So that means we will go on varying T2. Are you with me?
Yes.
And for various values of T2, you will compute T1. T1 to be experimentally found out. Happy?
Yes.
This is first case. And what is case number 2? In case number 2, you are going to keep mg or T2 constant. Happy? And you go on varying beta, vary beta.
Yes, sir.
And experimentally T1 find out karo. Are you with me?
Yes.
So how is the experimental setup? Very quickly, I am going to go through the experimental setup. Just a minute. So in the experimental setup, you will see a wooden board like this. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So it's something looks like a table fan. It is kept on the ground. Concentric to this wooden board, you are going to have a locked pulley here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is made up of steel. This pulley is locked. It cannot move.
Okay.
Happy? This is locked one. And then you are going to have at some distance क्या हो रहा है? 1 minute. Are you able to see my screen?
Sir, it's just showing Dr. Amrit Joshi trying to share content. Is starting to share content, sir.
Okay.
See.
What is the issue?
So what are you sharing, the window or the application? What, like the whole screen?
Application. No, I am sharing the application. Am I audible?
You're audible. I guess the application has crashed, if I'm not wrong. Like
Yes, it's hung. 1 minute.
That's why it's not able to share it.
Oh, I cannot lose whatever I have written. 1 minute.
Then wait for it, sir.
Yes. Please wait for some time. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. But your screen is still not visible.
1 minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Utkarsh, is it visible
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So let us go ahead. So you have this as a locked pulley, and then you have a small unlocked pulley somewhere here.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see this?
Yes, sir.
This is unlocked pulley which is free to roll about its axis. So I'm going to call it as unlocked or free pulley. Happy?
Yes, sir.
Unlocked pulley. And now you have a belt passing over this arrangement. So belt goes something like this. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So on this side, you are going to hang a mass that needs to be lifted up. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to call this mass as M2 because this is the slack side. The motion will be impending from this to this. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This will be M2 times G. So you have some mass placed here. जिसके ऊपर number लिखा है, mass कितना है उसका. So you know this M2, and that M2 times G is nothing but T2. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. And on this side you have a hook where you can go on adding masses. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So I will go on adding mass. Once I add a mass, I will give a small tap here. If the motion commences, I have to stop the experiment. But if motion doesn't commence, I will add the next mass. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let us say I added 100 gram mass here, then 50 gram mass, motion did not commence, then 25 gram mass, motion did not commence, then 25 gram mass and motion commenced. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So जो लास्ट मास ऐड किया जिसके वजह से मोशन शुरू हुआ है उसके पहले वाला रीडिंग आपको लेना है एज ए M1. Are you with me?
Yes.
For that value of mass, the motion was impending. Happy?
Yes, sir.
तो मैं आपको एक थॉट एक्सपेरिमेंट करके बताता हूँ. लेट अस से आई हैव मास M2 ऑफ 500 ग्राम्स हियर. कितने ग्राम का है? 500 ग्राम्स का. आर यू विद मी?
Yes, sir.
तो यहाँ पे मैंने चालू किया 500 ग्राम से. तो मुझे पता है कि ये 500 से ऊपर ही है. सो आई स्टार्टेड विथ 500. Then I added a 10 gram mass. Motion did not commence. Then I added 10 gram another. Motion did not commence. Then I add 10 gram and motion did commence. तो आपको M1 का रीडिंग कितना लेना है? तो इतना ही लेना है पहले वाले रीडिंग का. Are you with me? So you will have to take it as 520. Have you understood the process?
Yes, sir.
So I will be able to find out the mass M1 at which the motion is impending from T2 to T1. I'm going to call this as T1. Happy? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how does the observation table for case 1 look like? So what is case 1? In case 1, I'm going to keep this beta constant. Happy?
Yes.
So let us say beta, the value of beta is this in this particular case. So let us say I have selected it as 70 degree. So I am going to keep beta as a constant value. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So beta will be equal to how much? 70 divided by 180 multiplied by pi. Happy?
Yes.
Then I will go on changing this M2. ये जो M2 है वो मैं change करते जाऊंगा. So let me say I have taken 5 readings. So T2 के values यहाँ पे लिखूंगा. What is T2? T2 is equal to M2 times G. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
And I have taken 5 values of M2. M2 1 up to M2 5. 5 readings हमारे पास है. Are you with me? Utkarsh, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now T2 के भी 5 values होंगे. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Hello,
Are
I'm
you-
not audible or what?
Yes, you were not audible in between. Now, am I audible?
You are audible, but is my voice breaking? Just asking that.
Now you are audible. That's fine.
Okay.
And now for all these values of T2, I will perform an experiment to find out T1 experimentally. So I have T1 1 to T1 5 values experimentally obtained. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
And now how do I get mu s? So I can straight away use the relationship T2 upon T1. Sorry, T1 upon T2. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to e raised to mu s beta. Happy?
Yes, sir.
So I know beta. Beta is how much? 70 upon 180 into pi. Agreed?
Yes.
And I know the values of experimentally measured values of T1 and T2. So I can find out mu s. Are
Yes,
you with
sir.
me? This is analytical way of finding out mu s that you can do. But you can as well plot a graph. Graph कैसे plot करेंगे जरा देखो. I will take log to the base e of both sides. So what is the expression that I get? Log to the base e of T1. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Is equal to log to the base e of T2 plus mu s beta.
Yes.
Just a minute. थोड़ा सा आज पेशेंस रखो. हम we are almost at the end of the experiment. I will explain this much and then we will stop.
Okay, sir.
So therefore log to the base e of T2 plus mu s times beta. Are you with
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Now if I plot the graph of log to the base e of T1 as a function of beta, sorry, log to the base e of T2.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yes.
So what will be that graph? So it is y, it is mx. Sorry,
Yes. It will be just x, right? Because you're not multiplying it two.
plus c. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So
Yes.
slope of this graph should be how much?
It will be
One.
one, right?
1.
Yes.
So it will be a line at 45 degree. Do you
Yes.
agree with me? But it will intersect y-axis at
Yes.
mu s times beta. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
So this y-intercept must be equal to mu s times beta. Happy?
Yes.
So on the graph, I will measure this y-intercept. I will equate it to mu s times beta. Beta is known. I will be able to get mu s. Happy?
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
This is the first case. Now let us go to the second case. So in second case, what I am going to do, in the write-up, these cases are reversed. So whatever I am saying case 2 is going to be case 1 there. It's all right. So what is case 2 in this? What we are going to do? We are going to vary beta. Are you with
Yes.
me? And we are going to
Yes.
keep T2 constant. So let us say T2 is kept constant to be equal to 600 grams. Are you with me?
Yes.
So let me say T2 is equal to 600 grams. That is nothing but 0.6 into 9.81 Newton.
Yes.
Are you with me? This is constant. And I am going to go on changing beta. So beta kitna hoga? So 0 degree, then 30 degree. So it is 30 by 180 into pi. Let us say. Are you with me?
Yes.
30 or
Yes.
60 hoga. Let us say 70 into 180, 70 upon 180 by pi.
Yes.
110 upon 180 by pi. ऐसे variations में ले लूंगा. Are you with me? These are the
Yes.
variations of beta. One reading, second reading, third reading, fourth reading. For that, I am going to obtain T1. 1, 2, 3, and 4 readings. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
How do you change beta now? So beta can be changed by rotating this backside plywood. तो ये जो
Yes.
plywood का wheel है, उसको rotate
Hmm.
किया, तो this small pulley goes somewhere here. Are you with me? As I rotate. And then in that case, the beta is going to change. Are you able to understand that?
Yes, sir.
If I rotate this backside plywood in clockwise direction, this pulley comes somewhere here, and then the beta changes. Do you agree with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So we will rotate it such that the beta is to a prescribed value, and then we will lock it. Lock the rotation of backside plywood sheet. Happy? So that
Yes,
way
sir.
beta can be changed. And then what is the relationship? Tell me. This relationship T1 upon T2
Yes.
is equal to e raised to mu s beta. Happy? Again, I am going to take logarithms. So log to the base e of T1 must be equal
Yes.
to log to the base e of T2 plus mu s
Yes.
beta. Happy?
Yes.
And again, I am going to draw a graph, but this time log to the base e of T1 will be on y-axis. This is y.
Yes.
This is x.
Hmm.
Are you with me? Beta
Yes.
is on x-axis. So this
Yes.
line will have slope equal to mu s.
Yes.
So इस line का जो slope आएगा वो होगा
Hmm.
mu s. Do you agree with
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Mu s. The slope is mu s. And जो intercept होगा, that intercept is going to be equal to log to the base e of T2.
Yes.
But T2 is known, 0.6 into 9.81. Are you with me?
Yes.
So this is how the graph is going to look like. So इस ग्राफ में इसका जो स्लोप है वो आप mu s करके रिपोर्ट करोगे. पहले वाले
Yeah.
केस में इस ग्राफ का जो इंटरसेप्ट y इंटरसेप्ट है that you will equate to mu s times beta, and knowing beta you will be calculating the value of mu s. Happy?
Got it.
So this is the experimental, and then जो भी दोनों मेथड से जो भी mu s आता है आप उसका एवरेज वैल्यू as a mu s report करोगे between coefficient of static friction between belt and wheel. Happy?
We have to do both cases in our lab.
Yes, in laboratory we perform both the cases. So I am going to give you observation tables from both the cases. And remind me in tomorrow's class that I have to share the video recording of first two practicals. Actual practical perform करके जो video recording किया है, reaction of beams and belt friction, that I am going to share with you. Are you with me? Just remind that to me in next class.
Okay.
Happy?
Okay, sir.
So this was all about the write-up on belt friction. Soon I am going to create a classroom for lab experiments where Google Classroom, where you will be where I will be updating experiment number 1 and 2 write-up, observation tables. You have to do the calculations, write the conclusion, and also write the questions given for each of the experiment in the write-up. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with this, I think we will conclude today's class. Let me share with you the link where you will mark your attendance.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will stop recording now.